Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your JAYFLIGHT 24 RBS travel trailer. You guys picked a really cool trailer here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration. Of course, your awning, your slide. Make sure you get a good eye for that, see how much room you're going to need to bring that in and out unimpeded. Preferably nothing hanging over it, and then leave yourself a walking path over here. Now I want you to think about where your water and power hookups are going to be. Power is located behind your slide or almost to the rear of your off campsite. And then your city water connection for the campsite is going to be right on the end of your unit on the back side. So park accordingly so that you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you can do after you unhook your hitch is level your unit. Now, I do recommend getting a stick on level. Get your slide closed, measure this out, find the middle, and put your stick on level on there. Have someone watch that while you come to the front. Turn on your docking light should you arrive at night. And simply retract to lower, extend to raise, and get your unit level. Now, should you lose power, there's a rubber stopper right here. Pull that rubber stopper up and you can use that hand crank. You can bring this up and down without power. Once you get unit level, next thing you do is stabilize it. On all four corners, you have these stabilizing jacks and this 3/4 inch hand crank. Crank to the right to bring them down. Now as I bring these down, I'm going to recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot black top in the summer. It's going to better distribute the weight and just a really good investment. So you get 10% off coupon. Go ahead and use that. Pick you up a 4-pack. Put them down and run these down just until they're taut. Just until you start to get any type of resistance here, then you know you're down far enough. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You don't want to change the luminance of your unit. You just want to get it stable. Got all four of them down. Got our unit level and stable. Let's hook up our power and water. Coming around again to your off camp side toward the rear of the unit. These are 30 amp power cord. Big long cord. Stores inside. Simply shove it back up in here when you're done. At the end of that 30 amp, should you need it, there's a 30 to 110 adapter if you need to plug in at home. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook our water up. And the back of your unit again, your city water connection. Open this up. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting liquid into your unit. City water connection, water pressure regulator. Hook up your hose, but don't turn our hose on yet. Come right over here to your campsite next to your outdoor kitchen to your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point is making sure our drain plug's back in. You may have left this out the last time you were camping. Go ahead and get that up in there nice and snug. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. Now if your hose has been on for a little while, you're going to pull on this pressure release valve. That's going to release the air out of the lines. Once water's coming out of there, go inside and open up your hot water tap. Once water's coming out of there, you know your hot water heater is full. It's not going to be hot yet, just water coming out. But you know your hot water heater is full, and then you can go ahead and turn it on from inside. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water connection. We're going to go dry dock it. You want to know where to fill your tank before you head to the campsite. Sorry for the nose, we are in a garage. Potable water tank over here on your off campsite. Simply fill this with a hose. No need necessary for a water pressure regulator in here. 2 ways to tell when this is full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. And 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks, just hold your freshwater button down. That'll tell when this is full. Just remember, when using potable water is when you're going to want to use your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. It's already pressurized. All right, we got our water and electricity hooked up. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit. Let's start here on your off camp side. Your pass-through storage with all your hitch work in it. Stabilizing jack. Coming up here is your furnace heat release. That's the flue for that. Steer clear of that. If you run your furnace, it'll get rather warm. Again, your potable water. Your low point drains. Coming around past your slide. Again, your power. Here's where you plug cable in at the campsite. Down here's where we'll dump your black and gray holding tanks. There's your rear stabilizing jack. Spare tire with a cover. Unit's also prepped for a Furion backup camera device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle. Electronically communicates with this, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Back here, your city water connection and your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. An outdoor shower and a ladder to go up and check your seams. Go up and caulk as needed. Check it out a couple times a year. Maintain your roof. Outdoor kitchen here. Oh, first you also have this other low point drain back here. Just reach in there and open them up when leaving the campsite. Outdoor kitchen. We pull it all the way out here. It will stay. Take this long cord right here. Come up underneath here. Connect to your quick connect LP. And then you have an LP connection right there for it. This is access to the back of your fridge if you ever need service on that. Again, your hot water heater. A couple 110s. That is a vent for your microwave. On your awning, when you run your awning out, you only want to run it out until that bar, that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. You know you're out far enough. Speaking of your awning, these do have pull down just to pitch. So if it's raining and your campsite is down here, you want to go ahead and pitch all the rain down to this end. Simply pull down on that and that'll send all the rain down this way. Again, you have the pass-through storage here. Front stabilizing jack. You do have a cover for your propane tanks. Your propane is on a regulator. So if you point it toward the tank you wish to be using, I'll put it in the middle and open them both up. It'll automatically change over. Again, check your battery post. Make sure them haven't wiggled loose. Power tongue jack. It's also prepped for solar. You can plug the solar panel in right there and it'll trickle charge your batteries. So another docking light up here, big bright LED. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside. Alright, so coming up inside your unit, first thing I like to point out is a fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone in camp with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Over here in the bottom is your 12-volt carbon monoxide detector. Now the reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, nothing charging your battery, go ahead and use a battery disconnect or disconnect one of your battery posts. Keep that from running your battery down while you're gone. We're in the kitchen here. Some lighting. Up here is your control center. So here's where you check your tanks. Here's your new battery. Here's the freshwater button. I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Trying to get you some light here. And your black gray tanks. Here's your slide control. We'll run that in a minute. Here's your awning and your lighting. I'm going to go ahead and bring your awning in. Show you that working. Again, when you run this out, just run it out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees. Once you see that bar, you know you're out far enough. Nice bright LED lighting. And that's right in. that up. Alright, so coming around the rest of your kitchen here. Your self-explanatory microwave. Your stove does have a light and a fan. On your stove, simply turn this to light, hit your spark, and there's your flame. Same thing on your oven. Push to hold the light, your pilot light on here. Below your oven is your access panel to your fuses and breaker box. Mostly 15s in there or 40. Highly recommend you have a handful of those with you when you go camping. Over to your Nordic cold fridge. Turn that on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're running off gas. Or switch over to gas. If this starts flashing, your gas is low. Here's where you change your temperatures, 1 through 5. And shut it back off. In your bathroom, main thing I want to mention here, this is where your 110 with GFCI reset is. And you do have this accent light and a hand crank open exhaust fan here. Coming out of your unit, right here on the wall is your thermostat. We'll start by turning that onto your air. I can turn on 80 degrees, so lower your temperature here. Okay, there's your air conditioner. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch this to furnace. You'll notice your air conditioner will shut off kind of quickly. There it goes. Furnace just kicked on. Now I'm going to shut that off. Your furnace fan, just so you know, will take a little longer to shut off. Into your TV here. While I turn that on, I'm going to tell you about this little button in here. You'll see a little green light in there. Before running your digital channel enhancer or digital channel scan, go ahead and press that button in. That's the channel enhancer. Allows you to pick up more channels. Down below that, your IRV technology sound system. Just turn that on. Set the Bluetooth. Let's go to AM FM. Shows your speakers indoors, so you can play them also outdoors, or all three, indoors, outdoors, or both. AM, FM, Bluetooth, TV audio, HDMI's, really nice sound system. You also have a remote for that. In your dining area, you have individual lighting here. Your sofa. Simply, just lift up on the front of this, and that will jackknife down into a bed. So lift up on it, pull it back towards you, and that'll sit back down. Going around outside here into your bedroom. This is prepped for a TV. It's got a backer here, a cable, and 110. Individual lighting here as well. You also have a charging station. 12 volt or USB. The book covers everything on the inside. You do have a hand crank up antenna. Crank that to the right when you get to the campsite. And here's your smoke alarm. Now let's act like we're leaving the campsite. What I like to do is come over here and shut off all my main lights. Then I can go around and see all the individual lighting that I need to shut off. Touch the radio once for mute, hold it in for off. Once we went through and shut off all of our individual lighting, you see a lot of this is one touch. Come back over here to our main light, turn that back on, and we'll bring our slide in. Make sure your doors over on your entertainment center are closed, your TV is tucked away good. You don't want to rip doors off because you're closing your slide up. It'll run in rather quickly. Wanted you to hear that little noise at the end. Don't worry when you hear that. Nothing's going wrong with your slide. That's just the slide keeping itself from going in any further. All right, let's close the unit up and head on out. So as we exit, close up our stairs. Unhook your water. If you hooked up to city water, unhook that, unhook your cable. Come to your hot water heater, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to drain all your hot water out of here. Remember to push that back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then you can remove your drain plug. Remember, you are dealing with hot water, be careful. Head on over to your low point drain. They're both going to be right here. Open them up, hook up your hicks, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, you can take your hose, comes to your convenience pack, hook it up right here. First thing you're going to do is pull your black holding tank. That's going to be your sewage. Leave that black handle open. Come to the rear of your unit, again with your water pressure regulator. Hook up the hose at the dump station to your tank flush valve. With your black tank open, turn on that hose and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that black nastiness out of your black tank. After a good wash out, go ahead and close that up. Come around here, close your black handle. And then just pull your gray handle. That's going to be the one on your left. That's going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. And then you can conveniently store your sewage hose right here in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.